Welcome back, everybody. Take a break with Mr. Stephen Shamus.
Good to see you, my friend. What's going on? You got a funky shirt on today or no?
Yeah, I got a Blast Points, another podcast, what is it, rival podcast.
Yeah, you're like a little bit of a traitor.
Yeah, we don't talk about Star Wars enough. That's why. If we talked about Star Wars more, maybe I would.
Are you on that podcast?
No, not yet.
Okay, all right.
Good guys.
What do we got? What do we got today, Alex?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. We're going to talk about Mech Cadets, which just hit Netflix.
Today is selection. A chance for you to prove your worth, and for the Robos to select their pilots.
I thought you were over all this pilot stuff.
Being a mech pilot is what I've always wanted. It's the only thing I want.
We're gonna talk about, or is coming to Netflix, just about. We're gonna talk Hawkgirl, which is great because we've never talked about her. My favorite Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, obviously.
Seriously? The Atom? Well, how useful could he be at that size?
It's the size that makes him useful.
Absolutely. Still, we could always use more raw power. And Earth has a third Green Lantern, Guy Gardner.
No.
But we could really...
No.
And World Tree.
It's spelled
Tree.
funky. Spelled funky, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Love a good
All right, what are we starting with, Alex?
Yeah, let's talk about Mech Cadets, Mech Cadet U.
Yeah, have you watched this or what? It's from Boom, right?
It's not out. I think it's coming out in like a week, like next week or something.
Got it.
Like
what's the story? Cool. What is the story?
It's a story about these robots that fight other aliens and monsters on Earth, and every now and then they come down from the skies, and a person will kind of like connect with it, and then they're like married for life, the robot, this person, and they fight. This is a story about a cadet janitor, a young janitor who finds a robot, they connect, and then all of a sudden he's got to go through training. And then that's Mech Cadet U, and then the TV show in Mech Cadets is about other cadets, younger people in robot suits fighting. So Mech, exactly what
kids love their robots.
Love the robots.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, Mech Cadet U. August of 2017, 26 9.8. It's about an $80 book. Greg Pak story, Takeshi Miyazawa cover and art. There's an homage edition. There's only 5 9.8s. It's about a $20 raw book. There's a subscription edition, 6 9.8s. It's about a $75 book in 9.8. And then there's the unlocked retailer edition, 21 9.8s. It's about a $250 book in 9.8. It's about $50 raw. So these are very, very expensive books. Actually, yeah. I think the subscription edition, I made a mistake. I think it's $75 raw, Alex, not 9.8.
Still very expensive.
Yeah. So these books have definitely picked up a little bit, by the way.
Definitely
picked up a little bit. Okay, the next one is movie related, right?
Hawkgirl. Whoa.
Yeah, played by Isabel Merced. Okay, so talk a little bit about Hawkgirl.
Yeah, so Hawkgirl's been around since the Golden Age. There's been a lot of canon about Carter Hall and Shara Hall and all this the stuff. The most recent Hawkgirl is Kendra Saunders, and she is a reincarnated version of Shara Hall, who is the reincarnated version of Hawkgirl, who forever is reincarnated. Kendra Saunders was, funny enough, reintroduced as a new character, as a new Hawkgirl, around the same time they rebooted JSA with Jeff Johns, and big run, favorited of people from the early 2000s. And she's a little different. Kendra Saunders was a person who committed suicide, and when her soul left her body, the soul of Shara Hall, Shara Sanders Hall, there's some family in there, kind of went into her body. And Kendra remembers herself as Kendra, but she's actually Shara, and she remembers how to fight people, but doesn't have the memories of Shara. So it's a little wacky, but a fun character. It's funny because her her grandfather is Speed Saunders, who was an original Golden Age character who was like a detective in the 1930s and 1940s, and is the cousin of Sheriff Sanders Hall, who is Hawkwoman. So, you know, Hawkwoman's just been one of those characters who's been around for Hawkman and Hawkgirl, like just forever. And, you know, I'm a big JSA fan, and we'll talk about the book, the Secret Files book, but this whole line of books, the series from Jeff Johns, is like, this is what they're making the DCU stuff. You know, that's the Black Adam movie, was that book.
Yeah, for sure. And interestingly enough, on Isabella Merced, Alex, because we've actually spoken about her before. She was actually Dora in Dora the Explorer. Dora in
I did not know that.
Yeah, but she's also in the new. She's one of the few people that are in both Marvel and DC. She's in the Madam Web film as Anya Corazon.
Oh, so she's a Spider-Woman and a Hawkgirl.
Yeah,
she's all of them.
Wow, how about that?
Must be nice to have both of them.
She's gonna have a nice little future, I think.
Yeah,
nice little future with this. Okay,
so.
JSA Secret Files #1, August of 1999. There are 69.8s. It's about a $175 book now, but we'll see what happens. First appearance of the new Hawkgirl, Kendra Saunders. Death of Wesley Dodds. Al Rothstein becomes Atom Smasher. David Goyer and James Robinson's story. Oh, that's interesting. David Goyer's story.
Yeah.
Scott Benefiel and Mark Probst art, and Steven Sadowski and Michael Baer cover. Okay, so this one's good one to watch. All right, Alex's pick of the week. What do you got for us?
So I'm not rested. I never will be. Back from San Diego, and I talked Funko. We talked Funko. I'm not a Funko guy. You're not really a Funko guy. Like, we don't collect hardcore by any means. Maybe one or two here and there. But I did get tickets to go to the Funko Fundays. And if you don't know what the Funko Fundays is a party that Funko puts on for San Diego and for New York. And it's an after hours event, and it's a ticketed event. Tickets sell out. Tickets are between $200 and $250. There might be some upgrades in there. I don't know. It includes a bag of swag, dinner, and essentially a show. And the show is just like them announcing new Funkos for the next year. But like, you know, Fluffy Iglesias was there, and he talked about his Funko. AJ, you would know this better. AJ McLean from Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys, yeah.
He was there talking about his Funko. Corey Feldman was there talking about his Funko, and the CEO and president are there, and it was a skit. This year's was Funko Camp Days, but every single thing they give out at that show, and they give out at least 10 pops and like 4 sodas and extra stuff. It's all exclusive to the event. So like,
did you get any good pops?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm getting rid of mine. So if you added some pops from that event you want, let me know. So like, all the pops have this little Camp Fun Days on it. This is one of the sodas. All of them are a Freddy Funko.
That's an actual drink, though.
No, this is a toy. There's a bobblehead in here.
There's a toy in there.
Yeah, let's see. I have a Plastic Man soda, and yeah, they're little action figures.
Oh, fantastic!
So, and it comes in a tin can, which I actually enjoy. They give all these Freddy Funkos. Freddy Funko is their mascot, and like, this one's Freddy Funko dressed as Batman in a rainbow suit.
Is there one that's like more valuable? Is there like a really valuable one?
So there's not everybody gets the same ones. Everybody gets different ones. The sodas range between $40 and $70. The Funko Pops, like, there was Freddy Funko as Pinocchio, Merlin, Scooby-Doo characters. There was, I'm trying to think about, like, there was the Office characters. The really expensive one, there's 2 different Wolverine costumes. Those are expensive. There is a Freddy Funko as Anakin Blue Glow in the Dark. That one's going for like $3,000. So,
wow!
Yeah,
whoa, which one?
The Anakin Glow in the Dark.
Did you get that one?
No, I did not get that one. No.
Why not?
That did not come in my box. Did not come in my box. I got a Freddy Funko's Ted Lasso. That one's like a $300-$400.
Wow! You couldn't get one like a little kid pulled it out and be like, "Hey, I want that."
No, because they give you a bag and everything's random. So it's a crazy event. Like, we sat down, me and my wife sat down, we pulled our boxes open, and everybody at our table, because it's like, you know, a tabled event. Oh, who'd you get? And there's people walking around with handfuls, and we're like, I'm looking for Batman. They're selling, and people are making money. A buddy of mine sold his bag for $3,000 straight up the bat. Like, it's a wild event. If you ever get tickets for it, definitely go. But very interesting to see all these like Funkos come out, and every single Funko is exclusive to that event. You're not getting it anywhere. You're only getting it on the secondary market.
That's pretty cool, actually. Oh, I didn't even know about that. Good call, Alex. Okay, what do we got next?
My favorite Green Lantern, Guy Gardner.
Right. So we know that Nathan Fillion is supposed to play this iteration, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what they said.
Yeah, excited for that.
Yeah. Why Nathan Fillion? What's this iteration versus the other ones?
So Guy Gardner is kind of the history of Guy Gardner. He was the backup to Hal Jordan. If Hal Jordan didn't get picked, it would have been Guy Gardner. He actually becomes a Green Lantern a little later on. We like he's first introduced in the 60s. This might be the only like Silver Age key book that I have, because I do have a Green Lantern 59 in like fine condition, like 6 to 7. I never slabbed it.
Okay.
So he was introduced in the 60s. He really wasn't used, and then the 80s they brought him back and they really used him, but they changed his personality. He got brain damage, and that's why it's the Guy Gardner we know now. He's really brash. He's a braggart. His ego's huge. He's childish, but still a Green Lantern, and definitely one of like the most popular ones. So I'm interested to see Nathan Fillion kind of being a jerk superhero, which I think he would be
funny.
Great on. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So Green Lantern number 59, March of 1968. Old book, 7 9.8s, 18 9.6s, 44 9.4s, an 8.5, really nice clean copy, just sold for about $1,000 recently. So that's kind of what you're looking for. First appearance of Guy Gardner, Abin Sur appearance, origin of Green Lantern retold. Gil Kane and Sid Green art, Gil Kane and Murphy Anderson cover. Then the other book to take a look at is Green Lantern number 195, December of 1985. There's 85 9.8s. I could not find a 9.8 for sale. $90 and 9.6 right now. Yeah, it's a Crisis crossover. Guy Gardner becomes Green Lantern. Steve Englehart story, Joe Staton and Bruce Patterson cover and art. So that's the next one to take a look at. All right, what are we closing with today, Alex?
Last but not least, World Tree, spelled W0RLDTR33.
Yeah, what's that? What is that about? What is that about?
So World Tree's fun. It's a brand new book. Just James Tynion, which is killing it with these with these things. It's essentially these friends discover this place called the Undernet, and it's a secret. It's a secret like building block of the internet. And they kind of like they're messaging it and they're working with it, and then they decide that it's something's really bad. It's like a negative thing. It's scaring them, so they kind of get rid of it. They get rid of it. They lose it. They hide it, and then a few years later, of course, what happens? It starts getting out, and now they're dealing with what this Undernet is going to do.
Got it. Okay. What's with the spelling, by the way?
Because it's the internet. Computers with zeros and blips and stuff.
Got it. So they're being cute and funny, I guess.
That's it. Cute and funny. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. All right. So this book just came out very recently. So there's no pop on it, but I think this is getting picked up for TV or film.
Yeah, all the James Tynion stuff's really high right now. So
right. So this is very new. CGC doesn't even have a very high pop on very many of these books, and they're just not for sale. So we're just going to kind of go down them pretty quickly. World Tree number 1, Fernando Blanco, cover A. There's 147 9.8s. It's only a $50 to $70 book in 9.8 because it literally just came out. David Aja, cover B. It's pretty much around cover price. Jenny Frison, 1 in 10 cover C. There's only 8 9.8s. The Bill Sienkiewicz 1 in 25 variant cover D has not been cataloged yet. Zoo Orzo 1 in 50 variant cover E has not been cataloged by CGC yet. Alvaro Martinez Bueno 1 in 100 variant cover F has not been cataloged by CGC yet. Peach Momoko 1 in 75 variant cover G. There's 16 9.8s. Again, they're not for sale yet. They probably just graded these things.
Yeah.
And then there's the second print and third print. So again, I would start looking at these different iterations, these different variant covers, and just hang on to them. Maybe buy them raw, send them in. Look for nice high grade copies at the shows, and see if they're worth sending.
They still might be on the shelves. You still might be able to go snag one.
That's true. You
might be able to grab a stack. Yeah.
Yeah, they are brand new. Okay. Well, we thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the field below. Otherwise, we'll see you all next week, same bad time.
That channel.